Good morning, I'm Jeff. I'm a sewer tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 1930 Northeast McDaniel Lane here in McMinnville. We're located at the left side of the building here. It's a duplex. If you're looking at the front of the units from the street from McDaniel Lane, we're at the left side of the building, just outside unit 1930. And both the units are combined together. Currently I have the water running in the farthest unit from here, the right side unit. So they are combined through the crawl space. We're going to check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Currently have water running. Here we go. Line transitions here over to 4-inch 3034 PVC pipe. And you got some little dangly item that hanging from the top of the pipe there, which could be just about anything. I'm not saying an obvious puncture or perforation in the line. And we've got a Y connection here at 50 feet. Not entirely sure what that is Y connecting there. I'm going to locate and see where we're at currently. Alrighty, the line, again, if you're looking at the front of the units from McDaniel Lane, right now the line is way out at the kind of the rear left corner of the property here. We're actually in the sidewalk area at this point. So it's picking up some type of, I don't know if this is an easement that they've run here, but it basically just turned there to head out into the roadway. Up until that point, it was basically traveling up the sidewalk, away from the home towards the rear. Again, that's the sidewalk out to the left of the building here. Usually when you hit a Y connection like that, we'll run further out into the street here. A lot of times it will then go and hit another main lateral right there. That's 75 feet. So I don't know what that other connection there is, and there's a very good chance that by that point it's not the homeowner's responsibility anymore. But you could look into that. It's kind of a interesting setup here with that Y connection and everything. It's worth contacting the city just so you have an idea of how responsibilities divvied up in a situation like this. Normally you have a line that just goes straight out of the road and T-connects onto a main lateral. This is a little bit different setup. We're going to let the line drain out here for a few minutes. And I went and located the camera head. We're still letting it drain out, but it does in fact terminate at the main lateral on Northeast Orchard. Alright, we're just trickling off here the rest of a little bit of water. Go ahead and start reeling the camera back in here. Now the general rule of thumb out here in McMinnville, as for a lot of little towns out in this area, once you hit the right-of-way, that is generally where the city takes over responsibility for the sewer line. Because this one kind of goes into the sidewalk and travels up the sidewalk, Y connects onto something else and then travels out. It's one of those, it more than likely by the time it hits the green PVC pipe here, it's probably in city responsibility, but it's just worth looking into. Well, it looks like this whole line here has been updated for the most part. And we'll reverse direction here in just a little bit. So we've got the Y there. There's actually a metal plate in the sidewalk area that's for the clean out. which is what that is right there. That Y connection's beyond that. So I mean, it's always possible that it could be some type of test Y or something like that. Generally, you're not going to get a large Y connection like that on a test Y, but anyway, it's hard to say right now if it's combined. More than what it looks like is that there's a main lateral or easement running directly behind this unit, and it may just be heading over to tie on to that. Anyway, not a big deal. It's just one of those things that's worth looking into so you just know how responsibility lies. Alright, we're just about back to the clean out here. We're going to reverse direction for a moment and scope back into under the units as far as we can possibly go. But everything from the clean out to the main lateral there is in good condition, has good flow, and is functioning properly at this time. And we'll have to do a toilet flush here in a minute to get this lens all cleaned off. That's one of the hard parts about going backwards, is you can't really run water while you're doing it. You can't see anything, so. Alright, we're going to stop right here and do a flush and try and clean the lens off. Alright, I just located the camera head here. We're all the way through into the other unit at this point. We're basically at the end of the line here. And for, I don't know if these are owner-occupied or renters, but the renters who are living here are living pretty darn clean. It's, for a rental unit, is pretty good looking. We do have some grease in the line, but it's not at a point where it needs to be jetted out or anything like that. But anyway, compliments to whoever's living here. Normally when you have two duplexes combined, or two units like this combined together and they're rental units, they tend to be a little on the dirty side. But you can see here, this is where the kitchen sink's tying in this left side unit. It's hard to avoid all grease and fats and stuff from going down the sink, but you want to as much as possible. It can really gunk things up. Anyway, at this point we do have some grease in there, but it's not a dire significant point right now where it needs to be jetted out or anything. We're going to go ahead and reel the camera out of the line. We have good flow all the way to the main lateral. The ABS and PVC portions of the line are both in good condition. The sewer line is functioning properly at this time. And for reference purposes, again, the cleanout is on the left side of the building and right next to the air conditioning unit here, the mini split system. And then the line heads out to the sidewalk. Once it gets up near the sidewalk, it turns and goes up or kind of to the rear of the home, and then turns again and goes out into the street once it hits that Y connection there.